The football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Rodgers going to throw. Johnson's got it complete. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. Not the best of starts here offensively. You're back home. You lost a couple games in a row, and here's an early 3-and-out to start things off.
And I think they were counting on being at home and having the home crowd carry them along a little bit to help things get better. But the bottom line is you don't get the crowd involved until you play better. They've got to create some first downs, some big plays, things of that nature to make sure that the crowd is right there with them.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Come on, set. 60 Pittsburgh. 53, Mike 53.
Out of the gun, Palmer. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
36. Set. Rock it. Defense.
They'll run it now out of the gun. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
How about that run? Picks up a first down. Note the enthusiasm in my voice. Remember, last week, AFC Offensive Player of the Week. I think he's trying to get another one in fold.
And you talked, watching film, a lot about his form and just hitting the hole, running north and south, as we like to say. And I think he's been doing that a lot recently.
Squaring those shoulders and getting downhill.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, Palmer. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Sam Hubbard in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Palmer now. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Barkley on 1st down, running into a wall as he's stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
And I think that's going to go down as no gain, but that doesn't seem fair for the effort that was presented on that play. That should go down as a loss. I know, I'm a defensive guy, but you got to like the play that was made.
He made a lot of those plays last week. He was AFC Defensive Player of the Week, picking up where he left off. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Hey, check 26. X3, 218, chopper.
Working from the gun. Rodgers. Complete. It's Johnson. And he's taken down inside the 30. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it's a 2nd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
The Bucs passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down.
First and goal at the 8-yard line.
Rodgers again now. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. From 8 yards out, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Point after try forthcoming. And that one gives the Bucs a 7-0 lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number 1 in their conference.
It's a first down on a gain of 10.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice time.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dante Fowler make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
General West. Hey, Echo. 55, ready? Mike, 55. Right there.
To throw is Palmer. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
If you rank 1 from the bottom in statistics, that's usually not good in this league. And this team, 1 from the bottom in sacks, but somehow they've got 3 in this game. What's going on?
I know, they're 31-32. They better be careful, or they're going to be top 30 in the league. Nowhere to go that time. It's a 46-yard punt with a loss on the return, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about him.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Myles Garrett make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Johnson was the intended receiver, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
319! Record! Jump out! 57, teammate! 57. Come on, D.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Trying to lay one up deep. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and pressure advantage.
This is taken at the 23. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
15,
On 2nd down, here's Palmer. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he's able to get this way down deep into enemy territory. And they rattle off a big one. 49 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that.
And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On 3rd down, Palmer. The quick slant caught. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quick.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. His 14th touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle?
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Looking to throw on second down. Rodgers. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 15 yards on the play, first down. Rodgers now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. To throw is Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. Throwing is Rodgers on third down. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. He's continuing to be a big presence defensively. Remember last week, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a big pick right there.
And when you pile up big numbers, it gets everyone's attention. But sometimes the number just needs to be, how many game-changing plays did you make? Did you take the ball away from the other team? He just did that, trying to win the award again this week.
Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. From midfield now, here's Palmer. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And the Sacramento first down.
Ready? 10 Lobo. Smooth.
From the gun, it's Palmer. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Down. 60 or.
Now Palmer to throw on second down. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Zach Ertz, his 4th touchdown on the year. And his guys have taken the lead. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Hey, orbit.
Now this time Rodgers will throw. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers throwing again. Escaping the pressure right. Jones has it. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 25 yards there on the catch and run. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. And his kick is good. So we've reached halftime here on a Thanksgiving night as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded at the 8. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Second and 11 at the 38-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Jump out. Hey, 4 down. 4 down. Quick stone, travel. Switch gears. Switch gears. Check again.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. Flush to his right. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. On play action, Rodgers. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And the return will stop right around the 25. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
So the loss of a yard, and now second and 11 from the 24-yard line. Now Palmer to throw, eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to let, and that's caught inside the 35. And a huge play that time, 44 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30. Now it's Palmer. And he can't get away from the pressure. Palmer sacked.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. They go play action now. Palmer. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down. Palmer now to throw on third down. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. It's a 13-yard pickup as the downs reset.
60 outlaw. Go.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. A gain of 3, second down. To throw on second down. Palmer throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. A great effort there, with touchdown number 15 on the year and second of the game. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that makes it a 21-10 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Flushed out, and a big loss here as he's taken down. Jaron Reed. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. On the draw, this is Barkley. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Well, it looks like they caught him off guard on 2nd and very long by running the football. All right, we always talk about tendency breakers and counters and doing things opposite the grain, and that worked very well for him. Picked up really nice yardage, but they still have a lot of work to do on 3rd down.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And he's not going to sniff the 1st down here. He stopped at the 25. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Las Vegas sending out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the pass rush coming, and he's taken down.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
On 3rd down, Palmer. He's got his man, Boyd. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A gain of 22. This quarterback now perfect since the 2nd half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in the game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. We are headed to the 4th here on Thanksgiving night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. 3 yards on the pickup there, but they've only got it back to 3rd and 10. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, Palmer. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. There to make the grab. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. And now it's blocked. The Bucs pick it up. But he will not be able to bring this one back, and the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
Well, times have definitely changed on the PAT, on the extra point, haven't they? A lot more effort goes into this play from both sides.
Yeah, because let's face it, a lot of time on extra points, the effort is not what it is when you're trying to block a field goal.
No doubt about it. And before, when the ball was snapped on the 2-yard line, it was really a virtual chip shot. Now everyone believes they can get to it and knock it away, and we know how crucial every point is. So the defensive guys, they spend a lot more time trying to get that done, which means there's more pressure on the offensive guys trying to kick it.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Check 50. Hey, high 7.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Rodgers. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking, but to me it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and that leads to a play-action sack. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Big series right here. We got
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Palmer. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you're doing a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the 1st down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the 2nd half. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. Rodgers now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. Throwing now is Rodgers. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way, lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down.
It's fourth down.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down.
Hey, Zoo.
Rodgers going to go on fourth down. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game.
Let's go,
So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. And they give this time to the tailback. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line, well short of the first.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to let it. And Rodgers intercepted a third time. Picked up by Marcus Williams. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
Here we go. Set. 60 Pittsburgh. Wild Bill. Wild Bill.
So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half.